what's up to the crew? I came to get a fade and some sports talk too. I top it up with Hezzy and he give me the stats. Cause men lie, women lie, but these numbers are facts. I politic with B-Rye, the sports guy too. We debate the wins and losses in the headline news. Buckle on my team, I'm screaming 504. But every time we lose, he on Twitter letting me know. In sports, Ted, no, it's just a loyalty thing. And when it comes to rap, I am royalty king. James Black, Mama, Money made Drew Brees. All rolled into one, we approach it with ease. Masters of the ceremony, host of the show. Barbershop sports is like tic-tac-toe. We talking X's and O's. We talking pop culture, clutch shooters, OT skulls. Brand new clothes, brand new flows. Sports all-stars. It's the fourth season, we have come so far. It's like one big family at the barbershop. We argue, but it's love at the barbershop. We don't always agree, but it's still all love. At the barbershop. At the barbershop. Tuned in, it's the barbershop.
Oh, yeah. It's time to turn this thing all the way up. The Barbershop Sports Boys are in the building. I am the host with the most. Big Heads holding it down here in Orlando, Florida, via the hometown, New Orleans, Louisiana. Welcome to episode 99 Problems plus one. We got a special edition. This is the hard way edition tonight. We got Big Bucko hailing out of Tampa, up in A-Town right now, though. Bucko, what's good, brother?
Now, I'll tell you what's not good is this weather. It's raining like something else over here, but hey, it's beautiful to be here on you with a Wednesday with my crew. We're going to go ahead and get you through it, man. No introduction is needed. You know how we do it. Let's just get it started, baby.
Absolutely. And last but definitely not least, this brother, you know, he's been rocking with us for a minute now. He hails out of Queens, but he's holding it down right now where the ballers live in Nassau County. Big Ted is in the building. What's up, brother?
What's the deal, baby? You know, we're doing it here tonight. I'm doing it in honor of my brother, B-Rye. So
no
the Splash Brothers, you think they're in Golden State, but they're out in New York.
Oh, yeah. No doubt, man. You know, shout out to Steve Kerr. We definitely going to get into that a little bit later in the show, but definitely want to give him a shout-out at the top of the hour. While we're doing the shout-outs and we're taking care of church business, I would like to shout out the networks that either simulcast us or replay us, man. I want to shout out Renegade Radio, okay? I want to shout out I-95 Sports Network. I want to shout out the Sports Jam Network, WBAD in the DMV, XRP over there in the UK, Starlight down there in New Zealand, The Grind, Excite, you know what I mean? All other networks that's running with us and spreading the Barbershop Sports gospel throughout the world. We love you. We appreciate you. And also, we want to shout out the Barbershop Sports Nation, everybody listening live, everybody that will be listening to the podcast. We love you. We appreciate you. We're closing in, Big Ted, on 1,000 Facebook likes. I think we're going to reach that before the
That's
weekend. It looks like it's picking up pace. Yeah, man. Yeah,
That's
man.
Huge.
Yeah, you know, so I'm happy about that. I love everybody out there, man, that has given us a listen. You know, even if it's for like 5 minutes, man, 15 minutes, whatever, man. You know, I appreciate the love. Bucko, he appreciates the love. Big Ted,
you're damn right,
appreciates the love. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're gonna be doing fan appreciation. We want to know what you like from Barbershop Sports, what you don't like, what you want to see us do more of and less of. So give us a shout out at Barbershop Sports Show at barbershopsports.com, or you can hit us up on our Facebook page, or you can hit us up on Twitter at BarberSHP Sports. Let us know what's good, what you like about us, what you think we need to do. we just want to hear from you, man. You know, it helps to know what the people are thinking because we are from the people, so we appreciate that. Now, last but not least, before we get into, you know, Solange and Jay-Z, the Michael Sam kiss, the NHL playoffs, Donald Sterling and Magic Johnson beefing, Apple purchasing Beats by Dre, the NFL draft recap, Joe Hayden versus Richard Sherman, who's the best? We got so much to talk about. Stay tuned. Buckle up. It's going to be a hell of a ride. Now, you know we represent independent artists here at Barbershop Sports. If you're an independent artist and you think, every week, baby. If you think your music is hot, and it's radio friendly, send it to that same email address, barbershopsportsshow@barbershopsports.com. We'll give it a listen. And, if you following us on Twitter, give us a like. On Facebook, we'll give you some burn. This week's independent artist is actually from overseas, over there in lovely southern France. Believe it or not, Bucko, they do hip-hop over there in France, too, man. I was kind of, amazed. I know hip-hop is worldwide, baby, but, it was nice to hear. It was nice to hear, man. This artist, No Live, featuring Remo. The name of the joint is I'ma Have It. I know if you're out there and you're striving for a goal that you're trying to attain, you definitely can relate to this joint. We can all relate to this joint because as independent artists ourselves producing this show, we got goals we're trying to reach too. So without further ado, baby, this is I'ma Have It. No Live featuring Remo.
Empire, PDR, Fake Hunters, The Foundation. I need a mansion crib, 100 rooms, swimming pools, and a fancy whip. I need a bank account with too many zeros to count. Grab the dice, roll them, cutting up the track by the ounce. All the luxuries in life, $1 million credit limit, big boy toys, yeah. I want it all, I need it all. Dance floor jam crazy, vision by the Oracle lady. You say I'm naughty, that's how my mama made me. Your body banging like a 500 Benz. I wanna ride through the hood, scoop up all of my friends. Champagne on freeze, bottle after bottle, model swallow seeds. Mommy say la vie, crack the Grammys, Port of Miami. Yeah, you rollin' with family. I know you love me, your mama can't stand me. We hit the red carpet again and again before it ends where it all begins. Rolling VIP, TRL, MTV. Pay attention, know it's all for free. New joint of the week, life story coming to the big screen. That old Biggie, it was all a dream. Your day in the life, long bus ride, the first class flight. I'm on tour getting 20 at night. I need a mansion crib, 100 rooms, swimming pools, and a fancy whip. I need a bank account with too many zeros to count. Grab the dice, roll them, cutting up the track by the ounce. All the luxuries in life, $1 million credit limit, big boy toys, yeah. I want it all, I need it all. Beast on the creek, looking for peace. Courtroom, camera feed, sure cracks, and you slid through a crease. Better stop, look, listen, and learn. Put the ash in the urn. You play with fire, you bound to get burned. Found a new way in, break radio rotation. Occupation, travel to nature, spreading my statements. Feel a melody like old Blue Eyes. Before Arnold was governor, he told true lies. Passport, Park Palace in Dallas. Lawmakers and niggas. Lawyer present when he signing the papers. Anoint me to show stop or wreck your whole roster. Ride a beat and tricked out and polished. Private practice, doctorate, 2 masters like Tone Atlas. Fraternity and new chapters. Kicking the door, I'ma say it like I said it before. When it rains and pours, you know the score. I need a mansion crib, 100 rooms, swimming pools, and a fancy whip. I need a bank account with too many zeros to count. Grab the dice, roll them, cutting up the track by the ounce. All the luxuries in life, $1 million credit limit, big boy toys, yeah. I want it all, I need it all. When your soldiers stand tall, holla back, y'all. And you ain't afraid to fall, holla back, y'all. You gon' live life the ball, holla back, y'all. Holla back, y'all. Holla back, y'all. When your soldiers stand tall, holla back, y'all. And you ain't afraid to fall, holla back, y'all. You gon' live life the ball, holla back, y'all. Holla back, y'all. Holla back, y'all. Most people hung up on gold, now it's platinum. Cars, models, bricks, and clothes after fashion. Heavy hitting, so I'm the last man standing. See the title and I'ma grab it, keep it moving. Rock the boat, work the middle, play a little. My one shot, I live it, love it a lot. Sean gone, raise boom, boom, room. It's label exec. For new contract and heavier check. I need a mansion crib, 100 rooms, swimming pools, and a fancy whip. And I'ma have it. I need a bank account with too many zeros to count. Grab the dice, roll them, cutting up the track by the ounce. And I'ma have it. All the luxuries in life. I'ma have it. $1 million credit limit. I'ma have it. Big boy toys, yeah. I'ma have it. I want it all, I need it all. And I'ma have it. And I'ma have it. I'ma have it. I'ma have it. I'ma have it.
No doubt, man. Shout out Hip Hop Worldwide, baby. No Lie featuring Remo. I'ma have it. I mean, if you can't relate to, want more zeros in your bank account than you can count, baby. I don't know, we're not speaking the same language, but it's all good. I mean, you might want something else. You know what I'm saying? You might want to go, build villages. You know what I'm saying? Overseas, man. You might want to bring clean water to, people that don't have it. But whatever you want, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's the paper or other things in life, you got to reach it. You got to work hard for your goals. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully everybody around the world can relate to that, man. Big Ted and Bucko, man. What's up?
I got to just throw in there. That song had a feeling, a really old school feeling of Large Professor, Main Source, kind of, from mid to late 90s. I really liked it.
Yeah, no doubt. I was feeling it. It was real smooth. What you thought about it, Bucko?
Hey, man, it's a smooth vibe, good message. You know what I mean? If you can't get with that, I don't know what's wrong with you. It's a hot track, man.
Yeah, man, no doubt. So all you independent artists out there, you think, you can step up to the plate, man. You got some hot music. Hit us up, but, remember, it's got to be radio friendly, man. If you can't go to Radio 1, man, if you can't go to Hot 97 with it, don't come to Barbershop Sports with it, you know what I mean? So let's just keep it that way, and let's, shift gears, man. I mean, we're getting into this sports news now, man. We're going to start off the top of the hour with hockey, man. I mean, the NBA playoffs started out with this huge spark, and we're going to get into that a little bit later. The first round was amazing. It was a point where, you either had to have picture-in-picture, so you could go back and forth between the hockey matches and the NBA games, because both of them were that exciting in the first round. Now, the second round has kind of tapered off for the NBA, which we'll get into, but the second round and the semifinal has just gotten that much hotter. And speaking of hot, Big Bucko, we got to talk about my main man, PK Subban. We got to talk about Bergeron. We got to talk about Tuukka Rask. I mean, when we looked at this series in the beginning, and even our hockey specialist, national columnist Todd Bascom said that Boston was the team to watch in the East.
Yeah, no doubt.
But these Canadians got another thing on your mind, brother.
Them Habs are playing well, bro. They're playing very well. A lot of people like to just dismiss the Lightning as being that bad of a team for getting swept like they did. But now you're seeing that maybe this team is just that good. They just hit a late stride at the end of the season. They're playing really strong, fundamental hockey. They're fun to watch. They're fast. They take chances. I like them, man. And they have, as Todd privied me earlier today, they have given a blueprint. Even if they do not find a way to pull it out and win it, they've given a blueprint to the Rangers next round of how to slow them down and even possibly beat them. So the playoffs this year have been very exciting. Me as a Lightning fan, I'm a little disappointed my fandom ended as quickly as it did, but it's very, very fun hockey to watch, man.
Oh, man, it's still all day, every day, go Bolts, you know what I'm saying, win, lose, or draw. But, like we said, we thought, Bucko, that, I know a lot of Bolt fans thought this, that we went down pretty much because Bishop wasn't there. But it turns out that this team is pretty damn good. It wasn't just Bishop. It wasn't just Bishop. You know, this team is locked and loaded, and like you said, you know, they hit their stride late in the season. And you know what, man? When it comes to the playoffs, I don't care what sport it is, football, basketball, hockey, no matter, baseball, you want to hit your stride late in the season because that's where you want your push into the postseason. You know, and I mean, they got this big physical team, Chara, and all these, you know, these guys that just beat up the Detroit Red Wings. And, I mean, they got them on the ropes. I mean, and they're up right now 2-1. They got 15 minutes, a little over 15 minutes to go in the third period. And, I mean, this is Game 7, man. You know, it doesn't get any better than Game 7. No matter what, I mean, especially basketball and hockey, you know, it doesn't get any better than that, man. I mean, and we're going to the wire. You know, all chips are in. You know, I started out, Bucko, you know, when I was introduced to professional hockey officially with my main man B-Rye and F-Bomb. I was watching the Bruins, you know. But, and so I'm kind of torn, you know, that my boys is on the ropes like this. But, you know, like they say, man, if you want to beat the man, you got to beat the man, right?
Yeah. I mean, hey, what makes a champion is not how hard you can hit somebody. It's how you react when you get hit in the mouth. So Boston just got hit in the mouth. It's up to them to show their true wherewithal and their true champion spirit and bounce back and do what they're supposed to do and win this game.
And, I mean, you know, they got 14 minutes to prove it. So we'll see what they're going to do. We're going to see what they're made of, if they can dig deep. But if not, you know, Montreal's moving on. But like you said earlier, I'm going to piggyback off that, brother. The Canadians have shown that they're given a roadmap on how to slow them down, how their vulnerabilities are being shown. And with that said, I want to shift gears. You know, I see my main man, hey, man, put that new edition tape down. We don't use that anymore, Ted. You know what I'm saying? We on MP3s and more now. It's everything is digital, man. You know, so put that junk, put it down, and let's talk the New York Rangers. Because when I reached out to you, when they were down 3-1, what did you tell me, Big Ted?
I said you got to keep believing.
You had a lot more swagger than that. I ain't worried. That's what you said. We ain't worried.
I'm not. But I mean, I don't want to appear to come off too cocky because already the stigma is out there with being in New York and you got that swagger already and you're nasty and you're rude and you know everything and I mean, I've worked hard for this last 16 months to work with Bucko and everyone else that are not in the NYC area to kind of change that perception. But the Rangers are who we thought they were, Martin St. Louis. I mean, King Henrik. You got Lundqvist. I think it was either a tweet or a Facebook post said today, if you come at the King, you best not miss. And you know what? They came at the King last night. 35 saves. He did it. I could tell you this personally. I didn't attend any of the playoff games at Madison Square Garden, but coming in from work, getting ready to head back out to Long Island, the place was rocking as usual. Rocking as usual.
Why you got to bring up St. Louis like that, man?
Come on, man.
Why you got to bring up Marty like that? You trying to put a little salt in the wound?
Let's get into it though. I mean, these guys were down 3-1. We know that he lost his mother. I definitely want to give condolences to him on that. But it really served. It seems, at least from the outside, that it served as a rallying point for him and his brothers up there. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
What seemed like improbable, impossible, even odds, these guys said, you know what? We're going to make this happen. And they bonded together like a band of brothers. And, you guys can keep that swagger going, man, that confidence that comes from growing up in New York because these guys gave you what you needed. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
Nah, I'm just saying so much can be said about Martin, the fact of, his mental toughness and everything that he was going through. And you know what? He said the best thing was for him to get out there and play. That could, like you said, that could have been the rallying call, where everyone else says, wait a minute, here's someone that could be off on the side and woe is me and he's grieving and everything else like that. And he said, you know what, I'm going to get out there. And that's what he did. And go ahead.
I mean, you know, that's what you want from an athlete. You want mental toughness, testicular fortitude, or if you're a lady, ovarian fortitude. You understand what I'm saying? And, you know, it takes me back to when Brett Favre, man, lost his father. And that game, that Monday night game, man, he went out there and lit it up.
Out of control.
And that's what, you know, that you channel it. You know, you don't go like Roy Hibbert, you know, and have a decent night and then put up 4 points and 2 rebounds, getting just manhandled by Martin Gatak because you're soft. No, you dig deep. And so I appreciate that about him, man. I know Sid the Kid and company, man, they thought they had this thing in the bag. The whole city of Pittsburgh thought they had this thing in the bag. But when that bell rung and the third period was over, the whole city of Pittsburgh, you can hear it. Damn. Woo, woo. I had to give y'all the Florida Evans on that one, baby, because I know Pittsburgh is hurting right now. You waiting on the Steelers right now. Your Penguins have failed you.
They're sick right now.
You are waiting on them. So, yeah, man. But, you know, and then over there on the west side, Chicago, boom, you know, they done. They resting right now. Now they're waiting on whoever comes out of this Anaheim Kings series. Of course, if Carletta was on the show, she'll let you know Kings all day. But
yeah,
you know,
but I'm riding with Anaheim in this one. Sorry, Carletta, you're going down.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mean, that's what it's all about, man. I mean, the competitiveness of this great sport that, you know, not too many networks give burn to. And here at Barbershop Sports, if it's hot, it's getting burned regardless. If you're an independent artist, if it's, you know, a high school coach out there that's doing great things in the community, you know, the evil empire ESPN is not going to cover that. You know, they're not interested in that. They're interested in men, you know, kissing and smashing cake in each other's face, which we're going to talk about a little later. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff they like to do. You know, you know, let's talk about things that matter. Okay, and that's what we do here at Barbershop Sport. We talk about things that actually matter. Now, my brother Bucko, speaking of things that matter, I'm seeing a lot of pitchers in baseball going down early with this Tommy John surgery, brother. Recently, Fernandez of the Marlins,
who's been lights out, by the way.
Oh my God! Yeah. Oh my God! So you know, share your concerns, brother, with what you've been seeing lately.
Well, I mean, something has to speak to the conditioning program, to really how all of the supplements that they took that were not anabolic steroids really assisted in keeping the body from becoming disinjured. Let's face the reality and the truth of the matter. The pitching motion, to get that kind of spin on a 95-mile-an-hour slider, to throw that 99-mile-an-hour fastball upstairs and blow it by major league hitters, it's unnatural for the arm to move the way it does. Your elbow is not supposed to contort in that way to make those pitches happen. So certain things must be done. They have to work on different calisthenics, different type of conditioning, or maybe open the book up to some of these supplements that help muscle memory, help regrowth of muscle, help the body from breaking down when you're putting itself through these abnormal conditions, because the rate of injury is alarming the past couple of years since, you know, the post-steroid era. It's ridiculous that even when people are getting a hanged toenail, they're on a DL for 15 days. I mean, the injuries are mounting, and it's watering down the product, and it's making it lose its muster. I think baseball needs to step in, do some medical research, and figure out a way to stop this, because this is ridiculous.
I mean, I just want to get in and ask this question to both of you. How much of this problem that we're seeing, because pitchers, I mean, they've been out there pitching for the last 20 years, but, you know, for the most part, people have been clean for the last couple of years or so. But how much is this nowadays? Is it these pitchers or these players, you know, it seems like, you know, they're starting at Little League where they're out there every 3-4 days pitching or playing or whatever the case it is, and maybe it's just too much. Because, I mean, when they're a kid, you know, your body is going to heal a lot quicker. But, you know, over the years, you know, I guess there's just been a lack of rest with some of these players. I mean, I'm looking outside of MLB and let's just say NBA where you have, you know, the Olympics and you have, you know, all these different tournaments, and it goes the same for MLB. How much is too much? I mean, later on we're going to talk. We might spend some time and talk about, you know, Kevin Durant's mother said she had him out there running at 7. You know, how much of it is just too much pressure that, you know, they get to the big league and they're falling apart? Because, I mean, think about it. Matt Harvey is a second-year player. And Tommy John, boom, right at the gate.
It's epidemic, brother.
I mean, to that I say, man, I feel where you're coming from, brother, and it just makes me think like the old timers say, man, they just don't make them like they used to. Because ask Satchel Paige that question. You know what I'm saying? Satchel Paige was coming out there in his 40s, player. They ain't had no Tommy John surgery back then in the 20s and 30s, 40s. Well, you know, 30s and 40s more specifically. But they had no Tommy John. So ask Cy Young about that. You know? I don't know, Ted. You know, I mean, the guys back then was throwing ever since they could throw. You know? I mean, baseball was it. There was no football. There was no basketball. I mean, it was there, but baseball, up until I would probably say the 80s, maybe into the 90s, was the king boss. So those kids was throwing rocks till they could afford a baseball until they made it into the pros. You know, and they pitched for years.
I mean, here's the other side of the conversation. I mean, you guys might not remember. No, you guys will remember when Nolan Ryan was out there throwing 150 pitches a game. But I mean, it's kind of like the fact of the matter is now today with the pitch counts and everything else like that. I mean, I don't know. It's just the game just doesn't seem like it was. And these injuries,
really.
right. And these injuries and everything else about it. I mean, it's already a long season, but when your player, you know, your favorite player is out for the next year, and you're sitting there, you're like, okay, now what do I do? You know, I mean, I don't know. Bucko, I think you might be on to something. Maybe some of the supplements that are, you know, on these various lists, you got to take a second look at them because the body's not healing, the body's not repairing itself as quick, and I don't know. You're starting to get a flawed product out there.
Yeah. You're getting a spoiled product, as you just said. It's not as competitive as it should be. Now, I am fully against human growth hormone. I am fully against things of that nature to help the body get bigger, stronger, and faster than what it can be. But there are things out there medically to help your body be able to heal and ward off other further injury. Now, I'm not speaking to the Satchel Paige, I'm not speaking to the Nolan Ryans, I'm not speaking to that generation, because as we all know, the pitching science that it is, with the amount of breaking balls and the curve balls and people trying out too early, trying to strike everybody out versus being an accurate pitcher and the strike zone being as small as it is, and how good the hitters have become over time. The game cannot be compared to what it was then, even though obviously the rules and the fundamentals are the same, but the little nuances and intricacies of a pitcher here in the 2000s versus a pitcher in the 40s, I think are completely different. So, needless to say, there are advances in medicine far enough where we can do something It doesn't create an unfair advantage, but allows the body to not be so susceptible to major injuries. So it's at an alarming rate, fellas, and I think somebody needs to look into it. The NFL was getting to worry about the alarming rate of concussions, changing helmets, you know what I mean? Changing the way people are tackling. Yeah. And now that the amount of ACL tears are going up, they're going to start looking into maybe better cleats, better turf management. Things of this. When you're recognizing a problem, you get ahead of it and you fix it. Baseball's sitting on their thumbs as they always do, and I don't get it.
Yeah, no, man. I mean, it, like you said, it is alarming, you know, because you can't have aces. I mean, you have injuries in anything, but, you know, it's happening so frequently now into major players, you know what I'm saying? We're not talking about guys way down in the rotation. We're talking about your aces, you know, going out. I know Ted felt that last year with Matt Harvey, and I know the Marlins are feeling that now with Fernandez. So hopefully they can get on top of it, brother. Whatever they can do through medical science or you know, through mechanics, you know, improve or reduce rather those major injuries. What you got, Ted?
As of last season, from last season to this season, currently there's about 18 players that have suffered that have had the Tommy John surgery. So this is a major issue. Mm-hmm. This is no different than when we were talking about ACLs and MCL tears and everything. This is the UCL. So it's the same situation. So hopefully between our team and we'll do a little bit of research and put out a blog or two about this, because we got a problem here.
I think we should just get Bud Selig on the show and talk to him directly. What you think, Bucko?
I don't think Bud Selig knows what Bud Selig is half the time. To be perfectly frank with you, I believe he's reached that level of senility where it's time to just step down. I believe I'm pretty sure it's in the works, or his successor is being found at the moment. He's just lost touch, man. He's completely lost touch with reality. He's old. The game has passed him by. We need to bring this game into the modern era as far as the medical science, as far as promoting the urban youth. Things of this nature that we've championed here on this show need to be heard by the brass at the MLB. Damn it, just listen to Bucko and you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, man. I mean, they got to address it. Now, before we get into NBA playoffs and what's going on in that world, Steve Kerr, Mike Brown, and all of that good stuff, Stan Van Gundy. I wanted to give Ted some good news about his Mets, but unfortunately, there's very few times on a live show that we'll have anything positive to say about the Mets, unfortunately.
I know.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know.
Hey, I can't say nothing because my Braves look like two pieces of hot you-know-what right now, so I can't say nothing.
The Giants took it to them, brother. They took it to them, but man, my Rays did win. So shout out to the Rays. Shout out to the Rays for pulling it off, man. But, looks like they're down 4-0 right now, and
bottom of the seventh.
Bottom of the seventh, player. What's this guy's name? Masahiro Tanaka, right?
Yeah, Tanaka.
Yeah, bro.
Tanaka is a Tanako.
I know, knockout to knock out.
Man,
the headline that they got for him is two headlines actually: a star in the making, and Masahiro Tanaka has quickly shown that he could become a Yankees legend. He could make it to the pantheon of the greats like Babe Ruth, and, go on and on and on. But we'll see how it goes, brother. I'm sorry about the Mets.
No, it's okay. But I want to say it was great for 2 nights in a row to see Curtis Granderson, smacking it, hitting it off that short porch of 314 at Yankee Stadium, and then unfortunately we're back at Citi Field where it's pitcher's ballpark, and it's nothing but a fly ball out there.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, bud. But you get them again next time. You got it, like you said. You did get a couple games, so you got something to talk about at least. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how it goes, brother. But let's get into this round ball. Let's get into this basketball talk. Now, Bucko, first of all, I want you to tell the world why you have just been unimpressed, completely unimpressed with the second round of the playoffs, brother.
It's been lackluster. It's been boring. It's been predictable. But when you're telling me during the height of your playoff season, the division round, the semis for the conference, is this boring and this unwatchable, and Donald Sterling and Magic Johnson feuding amongst themselves amongst racist bigotry is the top storyline instead of the play on the court, that speaks to something. When you got a team like Indiana playing down to their competition consistently and often, when you got, Brooklyn, yeah, granted, they tried to show a little fire, but I think they're all but done at this point. San Antonio wiping the floor with Portland. Thank God for the Clippers and the Thunder. They're actually having a decent series, but they're on so late. Us guys here on the East Coast can't really partake in what's going on with the good basketball. So, needless to say, step your game up, play with some intensity, play with some fire of playoff days of old, because this is just sad and sickening. And you need to do better, NBA. Do better.
No doubt. I was feeling that so much, man. I got to hit you with this, brother. Yeah, I had to hit you with the Rick Ross, you heard me? I mean, that was just filled with so much swagger, you know what I'm saying? One more, man, one more. So, yeah, man, So I'm going to jump in there now. Behind those two Rick Ross grunts for Bucko Bruce, what did anybody expect? Brooklyn has Methuselah, Moses, and I'm not going to make a TED joke right here. I'm just going to take another old man, Fred Sanford, playing for this.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
And what did they expect? Kevin Garnett, what is he giving you now? 10 minutes a game, Bucko?
Yeah,
I mean,
if that, and it's not even a solid 10 minutes. It's really 2 solid minutes of real hard play, and then his knees are wobbling. But no, man, I mean, they're fading faster than Ron Williams' hairline at this point. They are old. They are tired. they are not ready. They were never ready for the Heat. I don't know what Espo and company were thinking. So some people even bet money on the Brooklyn Nets beating the Heat, and I just think that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
But I mean, truthfully, I think Espo and myself said the Nets would get 2 games at least. I don't think Espo was that delusional to think they'd take it all. They'd get 4 out of 7.
Man, I'm gonna tell you straight up.
Give Espo a little bit credit.
Man, look, I can't ride with it, brother. I looked at when I saw that was the series that was set. The first thing that went in my mind was,
ain't nobody got time for that.
No, I ain't got time for that series. I knew it was going to happen. I mean, come on, man. I could be riding a short bus. And I knew that Miami was going to win that series. When I looked at Portland and San Antonio, I mean, we're talking about the great Greg Popovich, man. We're talking about the best point guard in the league in Tony Parker. Young star Kawhi Leonard, and the big fundamental. I look at that series and I said the same thing.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And then we have the most lackluster team in the whole goddamn playoffs, the Indiana Pacers, first of all, let's just start off with they're the number 1 seed, Bucko.
Yeah.
I have never seen a number 1 seed look this more pathetic. This more inconsistent than these Pacers, man. I mean, how do you go in front of your fans? How do you go in front of your fans and get blown out like that?
Lay an egg.
I wish you could explain it to me. As a longtime Pacers fan, this is the best chance I've had at seriously contending.
Right. I mean, these guys came out at the beginning of the season, and they said they wanted the number 1 seed. They said that the reason they wanted it, because Game 7 would mean it would be in Indiana. So if they was to see the Miami Heat again, it would have a different outcome. Let me tell you something, man. The Miami Heat would go through this team like scissors through wet toilet paper. If Bradley Beal, and you know, I'm not disrespecting the Wizards team because they have some talented players there, man. I mean, John Wall is the truth. Bradley Beal, his shot is pure water in the gym, man. He makes it rain in the gym. But, you know, as much as I wanted to say, okay, the Pacers are up 3-1, Bucko. They pulled it, even though the Wizards should have won that game, you know. But shoulda don't sell tickets. You understand what I'm saying? Making it happen.
Don't give me no shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Don't do that.
Exactly. That don't sell tickets. So they're going home. They're up 3-1. The whole world. Look, it's time to put your foot on the throat and put these boys and send the boys home, man. You know, thanks, you know, young boys. But this is not your time right now. This is our time. But I watched that. You know, I was in the third quarter. I got a Bucko.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I ain't got time for that, man.
Time for it. Hey, I turned it off. I ain't gonna lie to you.
The gym was empty. I could hear the stomach ulcers in Larry Bird's stomach here in Orlando. I could hear him because I know he drunk some milk of magnesia after that damn game. I mean, I know, Ted, you know, and I know Larry wanted to put on the Pacers jersey and go out there his damn self. You know it. If his back would hold up, Larry would have went out there and showed Paul George how to do it, player. And on top of that, you're going up against. Let's switch over from Paul. First of all, Paul George had 15 points. That's unacceptable for a superstar. You know what? We're gonna put.
He's not a superstar.
We're gonna put exactly. Thank you.
He's not a superstar.
He's not ready, guys. Let's be honest. Now, Paul George is not the problem. He is far from the problem. The problem lies with the two most focal points of an offense of an NBA team. George Hill is a bum, and I hope he's released immediately after these playoffs are done. And Roy Hibbert is soft as toilet tissue. He needs to be gone. Those two right there are the main catalysts for the epic collapse of these Indiana Pacers. I'm not putting anything on George. He's at least out there balling. His shot ain't falling like it should, but he's working hard, getting open looks. He's playing defense. Team rebounds worth a damn, the whole team. No matter what happens, they win here or they lose here, they won't win next round anyway, so might as well stop the bleeding now. I'm tired of looking at it.
Hey, Taylor, we're going to go back into your era, man, for a second, man. Let's talk Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain, man. I know you watch those guys live, you know. You know, they went up against each other multiple times. I mean, we're talking about some of the greatest players in NBA history, two centers. Now, if Wilt Chamberlain had a 31-16 night like Martin Gortat had up against Roy Hibbert, do you think Bill Russell would have 4 points and 2 rebounds, Big Ted?
Of course not. Of course not. Come on. I mean, truthfully, he'd have 10 points, and he'd probably have about 30 rebounds. And, I don't know, 9 or 10 block shots. And, I mean, come on. How do you even play down? How do you even play down to your opponent? It's just bad. It's just really bad. Any which way you slice it.
It hurts my heart, man. You know what? You know what? Even though I'm not Roy Hibbert, I didn't grow up with Roy Hibbert. I felt embarrassed for him, Bucko. It was embarrassing.
Yeah. Well, don't feel sorry for him. He's making plenty of money to be that big of a bum. Don't feel bad for him. Be salty with him like I am. Man. Get your ass in gear and get on.
Yo, I wonder how many times this thought went through Larry Bird's head, man, because I probably would have been going through the whole second half, man. And
it's the worst one. This is a big one. I'm dying. You hear that, Elizabeth? I'm coming to join you, honey.
You don't want to see that, man. I'm from French Lick, Indiana, man. I'm a world champion. I'm a Hall of Famer.
But that's the problem. You pay these Generation X players, and they haven't accomplished anything. And you've already given them a mini max deal. But seriously, what have they done?
Nothing. Not a damn thing. So I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but they don't deserve to win that series. Absolutely not. And if they do win, the Miami Heat is going to beat them down like Mike Tyson did Larry Holmes. It ain't going to be pretty. I'm just letting y'all know that now.
Get your brooms out. Get your brooms ready.
So the Heat have advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's great.
They beat the Nets 4-1, and they're resting up now.
Mm-hmm. As they should. The true number one seed in the East. That's the real number one seed right there. So, with that said, there's something else that bothers me, you guys, Barbershop Sports Nation. You can't, the way that the Thunder lost the game on Sunday in Los Angeles, and the way that the Clippers lost the game last night in Oklahoma City, Bucko, I don't think guys in the YMCA playing basketball, I'm talking about the old guys with the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you know what I'm saying, socks and the goggles, playing right now with the sweatbands on, trying to play with the young guys. I don't think they can mess up as much as these two teams. I mean, this has been embarrassing last-minute basketball that I have ever seen.
Dude, it's pretty bad, bro. It's pretty bad. There's no clutch. There's no heart. Again, every day, we could do this show every day. Every day I will give you an example of sports, pop culture, and what have you, of the pussification of America. It's running rampant, and it's damn ugly. I'm tired of it.
I mean, all through the season, all I heard, he deserved it. He got the MVP trophy. Slim Reaper this, Slim Reaper. Where is the Slim Reaper? Dude.
He's looking mighty moist. He's looking mighty moist out there.
He is not looking MVP-ish. I mean, anybody can have a bad game.
He got that trophy.
The shot ain't falling.
Hey, he got that trophy. He cried. He made people feel his pain, his joy, and then he's still crying somewhere. He's still so thankful to be an MVP that he forgot how to play like one. He better figure it out, because them Clippers, they want to win just in despite of Donald Sterling. You're going to keep playing like this, you're going to mess around and lose it. They won last night by a squeaker, but they got to do better, because they are definitely the better team, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens in Game 6 here.
No, absolutely. And you know what, brother? I just got to give a quick shout-out to Blake Griffin, man. I mean, the guy that I wanted him to be since he came into this league, he has become. Abusing Kendrick Perkins, abusing Kevin Durant, abusing Ibaka down in the paint, making that jump shot fall, blocking shots. I mean, he's doing it all right now, and that's what you want out of a power forward, man. The sky's the limit for this kid, man, and he deserved to win. I mean, for you guys, for that team to blow that game like that, that last turnover, for it to come down for the refs deciding it. I mean, first of all, let's just keep it real. The refs blew that game. They did. They blew that game. I mean, first of all, they missed the foul on Reggie Jackson. The ball was out on Reggie Jackson. That was not a damn foul on Chris Paul. He didn't even touch Russell Westbrook. I mean, his hand was in the direction, but if you looked at that from every angle, his hand was not there. First of all, Russell Westbrook didn't even need to shoot the three. He wanted to try to play the damn hero. It's just disgusting, man. These guys got to get it together, brother. They got to get it together, because I know Doc Rivers, it just shouldn't have happened, man. It was embarrassing. But let's
not go in here blaming it on the refs. I'm going to let you move forward, but let's not do that.
I'm not.
You can never blame it on the refs. You can't blame it on the refs. I mean, you can. We're sitting here as Wednesday night quarterbacks. We can blame it on the refs, but Doc can't. You have to have your team prepared and ready to take that game. It was ripe.
You know what?
And to go back and say, hold on, Hans, to go back and say, oh, it was the refs, it was this. Oh, I mean, the only thing Doc is going to do is get himself a fine. That's about it.
I mean, Doc you don't care about $5,000. You know, I appreciate when people keep it real and say what's really, really on their mind, because not enough people do. No way games have been come down to winning by free throws like that. That was disgusting. It should be a play, not free throws, that wins or loses the game. And that was just, you know, the refs just dropped their stinker on that one, man. I'm just keeping it real. But let's talk other news, man. Let's talk Stan Van Gundy, the newest coach of the Detroit Pistons, president.
Come on.
Come on. You sound like you feel some kind of way about this, brother. I mean, what's on your chest, man? Get it off, brother.
You tell me who deserves that type of position. Pop, Phil Jackson, Pat Riley. It's a very short list. It's a very, very short list. This is all, once again, about, and we applaud Stan Van Gundy because, you know, over the last couple of seasons, you know, his name has prominently come up in each and every, you know, head coaching search. So, I mean, he didn't want what happened his last two stops. People fail to realize, you know, Riley came on down there and said, okay, let me take these boys to the promised land. And then you remember, you know, the whole Dwightmare deal, you know, with ownership, you know, not supporting them and everything else like that. So we applaud him for getting that president position. You know, he's the player president and whatever you want to call it. And I keep hearing your boy Otis Smith's name surfacing because, you know, he's still going to need a day-to-day GM, someone to run the ops. So I just think, once again, and we're going to get to it, Steve Kerr, that you get this position and you're like, well, what has this person really done?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, what did Shaq call this bum? Shaquille O'Neal called this bum Captain Panic. Said every time the game is on the line of mechanics, you start going into sweats and having heart attacks. You don't need that kind of guy coaching the team, especially when you're trying to build something like the bums that Detroit are right now. Bad hire. Well,
I mean, let's just keep it real. I can sum Stan Van Gundy's coaching ability in a few minutes. I mean, a few seconds. I don't even need a few minutes. You get you a big center and surround them with three-point shooters. Sometimes it works. Most times it don't. You get guys like Jameer Nelson, guys like that. You know, you get a general manager like Otis Smith, where you have a team that went to the finals, and you get rid of the guy, and Hito Turkoglu, one of the guys that helped get you to the finals, and then you bring him back when he's all washed up, and you give him a bunch of money. You bring in Gilbert Arenas, you know, no knees, bad team chemistry guy. You bring him in, you know. You bring all these bums in and give them a bunch of money. Do we even have Rashard Evans? I mean, that was a time. Rashard Lewis, not Evans. That was a time. Rashard Lewis was the second highest paid player in the NBA behind Kobe Bryant. And he was averaging 9 points a game.
Garbage.
And this is the guy you're bringing in to deal with Brandon Jennings, this Villanueva bum. And the rest of these guys up there? Come on, son. I don't like it then.
When you said Rashard Evans, you knew you wanted to say James Evans from Good Times.
I wanted to, because I wanted to pull out my belt and whip him. You know?
You still pull out the belt? You still pull out the belt, huh?
Man, you can never fail with the belt. The belt never goes wrong. That timeout stuff, man, you know what that does, man? That gets your kids climbing out the window, man. You know, oh, man, Daddy ain't worried about me. Yeah.
Time
out stuff don't work, man.
Man, I used to have to go pull the branch off the tree I was going to get beat with. I don't hear about no timeout.
That's what I'm saying. But these kids, I don't want to get too far off topic, but these kids these days, man, they don't get punished, man. Yeah. They don't get chastised like that, man. They running around telling their parents anything that comes to their mind. Shut up, you jerk. Shut up, Dad. Mom, go to hell. Man, if I even thought Mom go to hell play shit, I would have been slapped into next week. But yep. I digress. Mike Brown fired twice from the Cleveland Cavaliers. How does that happen, man? In less than what? 10 years? Yeah,
buddy.
Less than 10 years. So you get fired twice. You had the best basketball player in the world. You couldn't get it done. And now you go here with some young talent, but feuding talent in Kyrie Irving and Deion Waiters. You know, even though they're both very talented players, the team chemistry is not there. And Mike Brown is not the guy to get it done, Bucko. The guy's an assistant coach. He needs to go back to Greg Popovich and plead, please let me sit down next to you. Because I don't deserve to sit in the big chair. I don't deserve to sit in the Phil Jackson chair.
Dude, I mean, let's really be honest. Mike Woodson, A, is not that good a coach. B, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers. What do you expect? I mean, are they really that arrogant to think it's the coach's fault? No, it's your fault. You're bringing the wrong pieces at the wrong time. Waiters and Irving are great players. They're not great together. When you're building a team, you have to factor that into it. Look at the Heat. They brought three guys that have three completely different ways of playing, but it meshes. Look at what Boston did when they brought Ray and Garnett over there to work with Pierce. It meshed. When you're building a team, especially of young stars, you have to do it correctly. And the blueprint is there for you. If you can't figure it out and you're going to keep blaming it on bum coaches, that's your own damn problem. I don't think Mike Woodson nor the Cleveland Cavaliers are newsworthy for this stupid stuff that they keep doing every off season. That's my humble opinion.
I respect it. I respect it.
I don't even have an opinion on this. Let's just go to the next topic.
All right, brother. Hey, we've wore that one out. Now, let's talk about a great guy, man. Let's talk about one of the best point guards to ever play in this NBA. And I know you guys are thinking Isaiah Thomas. I know you guys are thinking Magic Johnson. No. We are talking about the great master of the pick and roll himself, John Stockton, Utah Jazz legend.
Shorty Shorts.
The report, yep, Shorty Shorts, man. That was back in them days when the boys wore short shorts too, just like the girls. It was the 80s, man. It was the 80s. But it says the Utah Jazz plan to contact John Stockton about coaching victory, man. What you think about that, Ted?
I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem. Let's put it this way. I don't have a problem with Utah contacting John Stockton as if I wouldn't have had a problem if Detroit had contacted Bill Laimbeer and said, hey, I know you're coaching in the WNBA. Let's talk. Okay, the big difference here is Stockton, there's no coaching experience. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he would have to, it sounds similar to like a Jason Kidd deal.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Steve Kerr got no coaching experience and he got a 5-year deal.
Yeah, no, hey, but where has John Stockton been for the past 5-6 years? I'm telling you, I haven't seen the guy, I haven't heard from him. He's not on TV. He's not working for someone's front office. He's not a scout. Is he really? I understand they reach out and contact him, which means nothing in the grand scheme of it. But is he really still connected with today's game of basketball? Because I haven't seen any involvement from him.
I mean, look, man, John Stockton has always been a low-key guy, not flashy. But I don't think there's a person out there that knows basketball or is worth the salt, questioning whether or not John Stockton has a keen basketball mind. I mean, you can't be a point guard without having a keen basketball mind because you're a floor general, and the way he masters the pick and roll and things of that nature. Obviously, that's on the court. I understand that, Bucko, but obviously, we were seeing it with Jason Kidd, who also was a point guard, and sometimes towards the end of his career, coach on the floor. So I like it. I think it's a way to put butts in seats in Utah. I mean, It's been a big vacuum since Jerry Sloan left, Bucko. And
no doubt.
They're trying to make a move that not only is affordable but makes sense as a PR move as well. So we'll see how it goes. I hope the best for the brother. But let's talk Steve Kerr, man. The new Red Auerbach, man. The new Phil Jackson. That's what it seems like, because he had the New York Knicks organization by the balls. He had the Golden State Warriors organization. So you're talking about his arms reach from New York to Oakland, twisting the balls.
Hez, while he's the lead analyst on TNT, he's doing all of this like a G.
OG, I love it. I love it. And if you don't love it,
man. Hey.
That's what you're doing.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? So, 5-year deal. Congratulations to Steve Kerr. Of course, I feel some kind of way about it because of the way that they did Mark Jackson. But I still think that this is a good look for him. I would rather, and I'm pretty sure he would rather, be working with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, David Lee, Andrew Bogut than Carmelo Anthony and no-knees Amari Stoudemire and the rest of them dummies, J.R. Smith, dummies.
Oh, God.
That's a recipe for disaster.
To question why someone...
On top of all of that.
Yeah, go ahead, yeah. To question why anyone would choose the Warriors program over the Knicks program, you're going to argue with yourself. There's no one going to tell you the Knicks is a better situation. Not even the Knicks will tell you it's a better situation. They're like, I ain't even mad at you, dude. Go ahead.
And his family lives in San Diego. So, come on.
Bam.
His family's in San Diego. Okay?
There you go. I mean, it's a perfect fit.
Here's the only problem that I have. Here's the only problem that I have.
What's up?
Mark Jackson, while limited, has shown some very good coaching and management ability. Brought the team to heights they hadn't reached since what, the early 80s or
yes.
the mid 90s with Mullen and company.
Right.
They haven't reached this level in 20 years.
Exactly.
And you're going to fire him? Now, I understand if he doesn't philosophically agree with ownership and you just feel it's better for you to part ways, that's your team. You're the billionaire, not me. I'm not here to question you. I'm just here to say, how can you be so sure that a guy with no coaching experience is going to get the team to play at the same level or better than Mark Jackson? Why take that risk when you're on the rise? Let the man finish the job. I still don't get it. Congratulations to Steve Kerr, but I still do not understand the move.
No, I don't understand the move, and it hurts me, because I love Steph Curry. Me and B. Ryan were in the rarity and calling him a monster a long time ago when everybody thought we was crazy. I don't think anybody doubts this kid is a monster, and it sucks to be, lose the guy that he wanted to be there, and you could you could send your team into basketball purgatory. You can go right back to where you were with Don Nelson.
And
you're right. It's just
you're right.
I love Run TMC, but they ain't go nowhere in the West.
Nah. And think about it. They were only together for 3 years. They only got a 30-minute special on NBA TV. Come on.
Yeah, man. So
the one thing I do want to say about that is it's come on. If you had to make that decision, the broke down Knicks dealing with New York media or being the coach for the Golden State Warriors. And I will say this much. Hez and B-Rod, I'll give you your props for saying he was a monster. Not a monster, a monster.
Shout out to Gary from
Shout out to Gary. Gary with the monster. Where you at, Gary? Give us a call, Gary. We ain't heard from you in a minute. You know the number, man. I ain't even going to tell it to you. But for the rest of you that don't know the number, give us a call, man. Chop it up with us. 646-727-1963. You're always welcome in the shop. Come and get it.
Yeah, no doubt. But this is time to talk about some of these idiots out here, some of these crazy things that's going on outside of the sphere of the sports world for a minute, man. The first thing that I want to talk to you guys about, and if you guys got any feelings any kind of way about this whole Donald Sterling, Magic Johnson beef, this is your time to speak it, baby. 646-727-1963, like Big Bucko said, or you can hit the chat room, blogtalkradio.com/Barbershop Sports. Hit us on Twitter or Facebook. And I'm going to quote this guy, Bucko. And I know you don't want to talk about this guy, man, but this is just unbelievable. Lord. So this guy says this about Magic Johnson. What kind of guy goes to every city, has sex with every girl, then he catches HIV? Is that someone we want to respect and tell our kids about? I think he should be ashamed of himself. I think he should go into the background. But what does he do for black people? He doesn't do anything. Okay. Are we talking about the same guy that isn't officially divorced from his wife, but sitting next to a skeezer, but claims not to like black people, but the skeezer is black and Mexican? That's the same guy that we're saying that should be ashamed. We should be ashamed of Magic. Magic should go into the background. The same guy that we heard, 9 minutes of pure bigotry. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was like Wu-Tang protect your neck, man. If you got, man, you had black skin, man. Your hair was coming off, brother. And this guy takes his foot, his leg, his thigh, and shoves it all the way down his esophagus. Ted, where the hell is this old man's PR team, brother?
They're not around him. They're nowhere near. I think the part of the interview when I heard him say Magic contracted the AIDS.
What is that?
And Anderson Cooper kind of gave him that look, like, oh Lord, here we are.
He got the AIDS. He got the AIDS.
That sounds like something Bernie Mac will probably say in one of his stand-ups. Rest his soul. God rest his soul. But, I'm saying that because it's a joke. It would be a joke to say it that way. Nobody says the AIDS. I mean, this guy literally sounds, I know he's 80 years old. He definitely damn sounds like it. He's 80 and dumb. We talk about Buzz Healy being senile. This fool here takes the cake.
Hez and Bucko, you might have seen this in repeats. Yeah, he's the modern-day Archie Bunker.
I think about that classic episode when Sammy Davis Jr. kissed Archie Bunker on the cheek, and he wasn't planning for that, boy. He was hot having that black man kiss his face. So yeah, you're right, Ted. He is the modern day Archie Bunker.
Yeah, see, we could watch Archie Bunker and at least see the level of humor in it. Some of it was funny. The George Jefferson bits, the Sammy Davis Jr. bit. A lot of it was really kind of mainly making fun of the bigots more than him being a bigot. But you can't laugh at what Donald Sterling is doing. You can't even feel pity. You just want him to sit the hell down and shut up. Just go away, man. Go be 80, go be a billionaire, and die somewhere comfortably, and stop bothering America. Because I'm tired. Look, I'm going to say this. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. This idiot deserves no burn. That we should not be as a society talking and beefing this up, because it's making him more known, and he's going to go down in infamy as a known commodity, as a known person, when you didn't know who the hell Donald Sterling was 2 weeks ago, unless you were a devout NBA fan. And now we're sitting here on the greatest show on planet Earth talking about this bum, and I want to slap him. I want to slap the taste out of his mouth for wasting mine, yours, and everybody else's time talking about his stupidity and his skeezer's entrapment and all this that was going on. I don't want to hear it. I know it exists, but I keep it out of my persona to try to act as if maybe one day we as a society can be an equal people and get along just fine like we do here on this panel. I'm tired of this crap. I'm tired of it, and I'm going to let it rest.
Hez, I'm going to tell you this much. 3 weeks ago, Donald Sterling, to me, was just some aloof owner that, undermanaged his team, was just making money. He was making money because they was out in L.A., and they were kind of like an afterthought. And I'm sorry to say this because I'm a Mets diehard fan. They kind of, the Clippers kind of reminded me of the Mets. It's like, okay, they're in a big market, but they're not doing anything. Up until 3 weeks ago. And now, it's Sterling 24/7 from TMZ to your local news station. Is talking about this dude, and you know what? I can't give him any more energy, so I'm going to pass it to you.
No doubt.
Well,
no,
I washed my hands with this dude.
There you go. Now you guys gonna have to bear with my zaniness, my insanity for a second because I can't resist this. It just popped in my head, and it's just this is what happened. I'm gonna set this up for you, man. Donald Sterling sitting next to this young 30-year-old woman with so much plastic surgery she looked like a damn cat. But he thought she was hot. You know what I'm saying? He had her next to him, Shelley Sterling. No, Lord knows where she is. She's sitting somewhere else in the arena. He's not even acknowledging her.
Botoxed up.
Come on. Botoxed up, Ted. Donald. He was walking into the arena, man. He was walking into the Staples Center with this young girl, and they had a young brother. He saw Donald walking in, man. He couldn't help himself, man. He saw this young girl, and he's like, man, she's hanging out with this billionaire, man. Maybe I can get in on this and get some of that change, But this will send Donald Sterling over the top. I got breaking right here. We have audio of flirtation with what's her name, Viviana Gomez, live. Here we go for y'all, baby.
Don't get this sucker no statue. Give him guts. I told you I wasn't going away. You got your shot. Now give me mine.
Why don't you get the hell out of there?
Shut up, old man. I ain't going nowhere. And why don't you tell all these nice folks why you've been ducking me? Politics, man. This country wants to keep me down. Keep everybody weak.
Really?
I don't want a man like me to have the title because I'm not a puppet like that fool up there.
You've got a big mouth,
Who wants to come out and close your mouth, boy? Come on.
Are we really making a lateral comparison to this skeezer in Clubber Lane? In Clubber Lane.
Hey, you know what? I'm not done yet, man. I got 17 more seconds for you, man. More footage.
Hey, woman.
Lord.
Listen here. Since your old man ain't got no heart, maybe you like to see a real man. I bet you stay up late every night dreaming you had a real man, don't you? I tell you what, bring your pretty little stuff over to my apartment tonight, and I'll show you a real man. You want you get out?
Donald Sterling lost his mind, man. Let every racist comment from the Jim Crow era to 2014 come out of his mouth, man. It's crazy, man. You're right, Bucko. It's sad. It's sad. I'm switching gears now. I'm
cool out. Just everyone, cool out.
I'm cool. I'm cool now. I tell you, if you go to barbershopsports.com right now, there's a very hot article up, and it deals with Apple Corp. It deals with Dr. Dre and his company shared with Jimmy Levine, Beats Electronics. We all know the brand, Beats by Dre. I got a pair of them on my head right now. And it appears that they're so hot in these streets that Tim Cook, CEO of Apple Corp, said, I'll give you $3.2 billion for the company, the streaming service, all of that. But
it's real.
I got a quick beef, man. When you're the first billionaire, I understand well, first billionaire in hip hop. I understand, what it means to be, in hip hop and things of that nature. But Ted, Dr. Dre is almost 50 years old, man. Right. Why would he make that ignorant video with Tyrese?
We had to put it up there.
Crip walking. We talking about the same dude who was in Transformers. Baby boy. Crip walking.
Training Day.
Yeah, Dre was in Training Day. That's right.
Yes,
but Tyrese, this is how you tell the world you're a billionaire. And I'm thinking about Warren Buffett. I'm thinking about Bill Gates. I'm thinking about all these guys, man, that's just got more money than God. They don't even care. I mean, Warren Buffett literally stays in the same house that he had in the 70s. Right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was a little embarrassing. I gotta say it, brother.
No. I'm not gonna ride with you on that. Sometimes to really appreciate where you've become, the level you've reached. You got to take it back to where you were before you had anything. And you know what? Maybe he was walking up and down the street when he first got his first album sold with NWA, when he first made his first hot beat.
No doubt.
Maybe he was crip walking in, and maybe he just was brought back to a point of jubilation. And I'm a billionaire, baby. Let me tell you something. If I become a billionaire, I'm going to be butt naked doing cartwheels down the street.
Oh,
and ain't nothing you can tell me about it. There ain't nothing you can tell me about it. You can't tell me nothing.
That video, but no no doubt. I mean, how can you not? I mean, you got, you're struggling trying to say, man, do I make this last album? Everybody's been waiting on this album for 15 years. And in the middle of that, Jimmy Levine said, hey, man, let's look into this electronics company. Let's invest in that. And in a few short years, the CEO of Apple, who's just struggling to improve his bottom line, let's just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I mean, them iPhones ain't hot like they used to be.
Work jobs when you need them.
Out there. Steve Jobs is gone. So this guy, Tim Cook, he's got $100 billion to play with, and he's just buying up whatever little companies he can buy up that he feels will help to improve Apple's bottom line. And Beats by Dre is hot. Like I said, I got a pair of them on my head right now. Every professional DJ out there, not even professional DJ, my barber has Beats by Dre headphones talking on it like a headset. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's why he bought his Beats by Dre headphones to listen to music and talk. So, I mean, and these things ain't cheap. But they sell it like hotcakes.
My 50-plus-year-old mother has the Beats by Dre earbuds when she's on the treadmill. It reaches everybody because of the quality. Sound quality is unmatched. They got a patent. They got technology. Apple is smart for the move. I honestly congratulate both parties in this matter because Beats by Dre, them headphones ain't going anywhere. They're going to continue to get better, and they have already, reached the pinnacle of top of the line. And once you remember how good Bose was back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
You remember how long Bose's run was? Yep. Just imagine that type of quality. Bose is still going, by the way. Go and try to buy one of them Wave radios right now. You won't get one for under $500. You can't, I mean, that's how serious this is. And congratulations to Dre. Big move by Apple. And I'm an Android guy myself. I will not be an iPhone supporter, but I will have some Beats. And you can believe it.
You better believe it. You better believe it. Ted, you get a phone call from Tim Cook. You chilling in Compton with Tyrese drinking Heineken. You drinking Heinekens and rolling up some of that good bud, man. And this man call you, man, and say, hey, man, we want to buy that company for $3.2 billion. I know the first thing that went through his head, baby, was...
dynamite!
Woo-hoo! You know it.
That man ran to the bank. Make sure this check clear real quick.
Yes, sir. Here's the key piece, right, that we want to talk about is, I mean, a few months ago we talked about Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre and their contributions they made. You know, both of them donated $35 million apiece for music programs. You know, we had our discussion on that. But if you look at Apple is lacking that visionary. Apple is lacking those entrepreneurs, and along with the $3.2 billion, both of these individuals are going to have positions within Apple. Mm-hmm. So they're not only getting the money, they're not only, you know, hey, here's our service, here's this. I mean, we don't know how this how the breakdown is going to be. They might still be able to run this division, but just run it under the parent company Apple. Mm-hmm. So all of that's still, you know, that's all of that's still to come. But the most important thing in the blog is just to show you the power of hip hop. Hip hop is just influence, you know, music and television and fashion and business and race relations and it just shows you the tanning of America and how this stuff happens. That, you know, these are two guys that influenced America. That, hey, if you spend $300, you're going to enjoy these headphones.
Oh yeah.
So if you look at it, smart move for Apple, because I mean, they got crappy earbuds with their hot iPhone product, and you know, hey, they were already selling. If you go to the Apple store, they're already selling Beats by Dre.
No doubt.
So hey, bring it into the fold. You add to your bottom line, and you know, you have these two people here to help you. You know, I don't know, recreate the iPhone, and you know, help you with the main thing. The other piece right here is marketing. Mm-hmm. Marketing to, I mean, everyone. So, I mean, Beats by Dre, it's totally urbanized, and I think they kind of flopped with the 5C. If you think about the 5C, I mean,
all right,
come on,
guys. Let's not get too nerdy here.
I know.
I know.
We don't need to stress. This is not a week in tech, but I will say this. You know, they had two guys rather salty, man. We're gonna talk about this guy in a couple seconds. Sean Corey Carter, aka Jay-Z, and Sean Combs, aka Diddy, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, multiple names. These guys were racing to become the first billionaire in hip-hop. They were fighting every year. It was Jay-Z makes $250 million. Next thing you know, Sean Combs makes, you know, $300 million. And these guys are racing to become that guy. And then Dr. Dre out of nowhere, not making no music, not in 15 years, right, off the West Coast. And when they heard that news, I you know, we said it earlier, but I know they had to feel this way, man.
Oh man! Hey!
I mean, but hate it or love it, he's he doing it.
Big heads. Did you hear Tariq when he said Billionaires Boys Clubs? He said, "Go ahead, fix your face." You know he was
fix your face radio. Fix your face.
That was a shot. That was a shout. You know, shots fired. But yeah, no doubt, man. That's just awesome news. But let's talk about this thing that has turned the world, the media world, upside down here in the States, man. You know, my girlfriend hit me up and asked me, you know, have I seen this footage of Solange Knowles attacking Jay-Z? I'm like, what the hell, you know? So she sends me this video. And I look at it, and, you know, it's somewhat grainy or whatever. It's, you know, I can't really make it out. I'm like, you know, it could be anybody. I can't tell who this is. So then, you know, now this was on TMZ. She followed it up with another blog from you know, YBF. And then I see pictures of Jay-Z walking out of the elevator with his shirt out of his tuxedo, very un-Jay-Z-like. And I see Solange Knowles, man, looking like somebody took a little pee-pee in her tea. She wasn't happy at all, player. So when I went back and reviewed that footage again, I'm seeing a couple of blows. I'm seeing some kicks being thrown. I'm seeing some words exchanged. And, you know, it took it to a whole nother level, Bucko.
Yeah, it's safe to say.
Teams left and right. It's crazy. What you got, Bucko? What you say?
Well, I was just saying it's safe to say that Jay-Z now has 100 problems.
That's why
welcome to married life. Well, welcome to married life, player. Hey, you can marry the woman that you love, and God bless you. Y'all are the power couple of the century. But you also marry that family, and you got to deal with the crazy, bitter little sister. And sometimes you got to take a kick to the sternum if you ain't handling your business right. But Lord, this is crazy.
Yo, you know what? You know what though, Bucko? Let's keep it real though for a second, man. You know, the world it was a big joke. You know, Cartergate. You know, you had Beyonce kind of, standing there, not really doing much, and you're like, okay, this is your little sister, attacking your husband. You know, she did kind of stand in the way a little bit, but it's not like what you or I would have done. I mean, no matter who was on that level or not. I mean, family is family. And sometimes your sister crazy. I mean, that crazy uncle that come to the family reunion. He's so crazy, drinking them Coke 45s.
Away from him.
King Cobras. You know what I'm saying? He's stinking, smelling like old granddad. He crazy. So if he tripping, that's just uncle. He tripping. Solange was wasted. Ted, got us a story out the New York Daily Post that kind of broke down some things, but she had some ratchet friends that tried to show up to the ball, not dressed appropriately, dropping Jay-Z's name. He telling her, tell your friends stop dropping my name. And a combination of that, and then, he wanted to ride to, his artist. Let's just start there. His artist recently signed to his label, Rihanna. Yep. She was throwing an after party after this Met Ball gala, and he was going to roll to it, but he wanted to roll to it solo. I'm pretty sure B and J, where you see them together a lot, they do a lot of solo things as well. So, but Solange wasn't having it, brother. she thought she was Ronda Rousey.
She wanted to go to that damn after party. She wanted to be there.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, Bucko. Let's just go ahead and this X-Files music. We're gonna lay it out, brother. Only in the barbershop are you gonna get this type of breakdown, man. Let's just start with Rihanna, Bucko. Rihanna, 7, 8, 9 years ago, she was in a group of artists, one group artists I could say that are non-existent in pop culture on the mainstream. There was a group called Nina Sky, right? Rihanna, as well, made this island-themed type of pop music. You know what I'm saying? Pondy River type. It had a little moment. Pondy River. Shout out to the Rastas and Rude Boys out there.
Rude boy.
But it wasn't gonna last. But Jay-Z said, you know what? This girl's got a look. You know what? I can do something with this girl. So he took her under his wing. He managed her. She was still with Def Jam, and he took her career to a whole nother level. Now she's one of the biggest stars in the world. All right. Now let's just be real, man. I heard Rihanna try to sing a Mariah Carey song live, and it was awful. She sucked. She don't have that kind of talent. But
it's definitely studio. It's studio friendly, and outside of that 5 head, she's quite sexy. But go ahead, continue.
Sexy, we could go on about that for another 60 seconds just by itself. But anyway, going back to
that's about it.
Back to the conspiracy. Solange don't got that much talent either.
It's only going to be about 60 seconds, right, Hez?
Like Solange's career, Solange salty.
Maybe for you.
Her sister, her big sister, is one of the biggest stars in the world. Her brother-in-law is one of the biggest stars in the world. Right here, I see him all the time. Yo, I go to the studio too. I do things. You know what I'm saying? I DJ. Why nobody ain't trying to manage my career? Y'all so worried about Rihanna. What about me? to CNN right after this thing happened. The headline says, Jay-Z attacked by Beyonce's little sister. How you think Solange felt when she went to CNN?
She can't even get her name put out there. No matter what you do, you are Beyonce's little sister. No matter what you do, you suck at life.
She is the Eli Manning of pop culture. You know what I'm saying?
Eli Manning got a couple of titles now. Let's not go Eli.
Eli Manning in 2013. I ain't talking about the.
Oh, shit.
You know, it's still Peyton Manning is the toast of the town. That's where I'm going with this, man.
Yeah, I feel you. I just had to
Tito
throw that
Jackson,
in there. You know
if you
me.
will. You know, maybe that's a better reference. You know, Michael and Tito.
Bam. Tito.
You know?
Perfect. Go ahead. Continue.
And she saw, you know, and that's what the argument was about. It wasn't about her ratchet friends, Buckle. It wasn't about her brother-in-law going to, you know, Rihanna's party, you know, his artist. It makes sense. You know, Kanye gonna be there, you know what I'm saying? His industry, you know, pals gonna be there. It makes sense. That's what they do. She wants that career, Bucko. You know what I'm saying? That's some Maury Povich, you are the father breaking type stuff, you dig?
Yeah.
Solange wants to be a star.
She needs to stay in her lane. Stay in your lane. Realize who you are. Live comfortably for the rest of your life because your sister, who she is, and shut the hell up. But I want to take it a step further, Hess, because you know me. I'm a man of honor. I'm a man of statue. I believe in stand up for thine own. What the hell was Beyonce doing? Standing there, letting her sister act a damn fool and kicking on her man, and then when all is said and done, leaving with the sister as if it's all hunky-dory and cool in the game. Where is the loyalty to your husband, to your partner? Your little sister, you probably been punking her whole life. You can't stand up and punk her one last time when you really need to? Set her straight? That's your job. You're the big sister. You're supposed to teach her how to act accordingly. That's ridiculous, Beyonce. Be a real woman and stand up for your man. That's ridiculous.
Guys, you can't really hear me. I'm sniffing. It smells like an arranged marriage. But
we gonna. I gotta do it again.
Hold on. Is Jay-Z Prince Hakeem? Is he the Prince of Zamunda? What do you mean arranged marriage? No, I'm trying to gather what you. Elaborate, please.
So you mean to tell me, Big Ted, that when Jay-Z walked into the room and Beyonce came, he said, "Tell me what you like." Beyonce said, "Whatever you like." That's what you're telling me? Bark like a dog. A big dog. That's what Beyonce was doing?
The royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
You gonna tell me they don't have some type of written agreement or something like that? Come on, man.
Oh, you know,
dude, I'm sure there is a little bit of business along with the pleasure, but this is not arranged. They're 10 years apart in age, completely different backgrounds, unbeknownst of each other prior to their stardom. I don't get behind this conspiracy, but I'm going to let you elaborate. I'm going to let you break it down. Go ahead.
No, I'm just basing it off of this person that's standing there is stoic. You got your little sister going a ham sandwich, and the most you do is pick up her purse. And at the bitter end of the 3.5-minute video, you stand in front of, Sean Carter. Come on. And then after everything is said and done, you go and get in the car with your sister, drive off, and whatever the case is. It's just, I don't know, it's fishy. It's really fishy. Because if you have your younger brother, younger sister, and they're wilding out or whatever the case is, you're going to yoke them up. You're going to grab them up, and you're going to say, okay, you know what, let me put you over to the side. Let me explain a few things to you. There was none of that.
And let me just say this, I'm one of them cats that has a little brother that's bigger than the big brother. You know what I'm saying? And I done been in a position where
I am that guy.
You know what I'm saying? Well, hey, look, you might be bigger than me, but, you know, relax. Take a few seats, brother. You know what I'm saying? Mufasa is still right here.
I'm the little big brother in my family. I got two brothers, one via marriage, one via blood. I'm bigger than both of them, and I can stun them both at any moment. And
you know. So yeah, I didn't get that. You know, I'm gonna leave that with just a little Singletary moment, and then we're gonna talk Greg Hardy, man.
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. Can't have that trash.
Can't have that. You can't just be standing by, let your sister beat your husband, and come on, man. She didn't know that camera was in the elevator. So we got to see a little inside, man. That perfect stuff they paint on the outside. We got to see a little bit of it, and it was fun for a minute. But let's talk about a big dummy, Bucko. Let's talk about Greg Hardy. Let's go down to Carolina, down there where Danny is from, you know, Charlotte, and we got a big dummy, man. We got a guy who's a monster, if you will, because Gary is also in Greensboro, North Carolina. I mean, he's in that same state, so we can shout him out again.
Monster.
You know, this guy's a monster off the line, but you can't be a monster with your hands on your woman, Ted.
No, that's a different type of monster.
Come on. That's not the monster we looking for.
No. And, I mean, for those of you that don't know, Greg Hardy, I believe a 4th-round draft pick out of Auburn for the Carolina Panthers, played very, very average for the first 3 years of his career. And then last year broke on the scene, compliments to a great defensive line and again a great linebacking core behind him, and had a great year, applied with a $13 million franchise tag this offseason. Now, you'd never heard hide and hair of Greg Hardy on or off the field prior to now. And preliminary reports, granted, these are just reports. Barbershop Sports Media does not take ownership for these reports. We're just saying it's been put out there. Then this report's coming back in is that he was drunk off his you-know-what, got into an argument with his old lady, proceeded to smash her head into the furniture and the ground and choke her to the point where she had to finally get away and call the police. She has an order of peace and a restraining order against him. The Carolina Police Department released him on bail on his own recognizance, requesting 3 times weekly AA and sensitivity training meetings. So this is serious, fellas. This isn't just some Ray Rice in the elevator. We don't know what really happened. No, this dude beat the hell out of his old lady amidst the biggest payday he's ever had. This is unacceptable, people. Govern yourself accordingly. If you're going to earn a $13 million, act like a millionaire. Don't act like a hundredaire, okay? Govern yourself accordingly. And it couldn't have happened to a better team, I might add. But there will be a suspension looming. There will be a suspension looming. I can almost guarantee it. But
me and my Saints and Drew Brees, we got a little happier when we heard that news.
It made it just a little bit easier over there. But y'all go ahead. We'll weigh in on it, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you covered it, brother. You absolutely covered it. You can't, you really can't say anything else about it, brother. I mean, he was an idiot, and the only thing I can really, add to it is this.
You big dummy.
That's it.
You big dummy. You're damn right. You are a dummy. You're a dummy.
So now
you on the cusp. You on the cusp and you throw it away. But go ahead. Let's keep it moving.
Now that we got that dummy out of the way, ESPN coverage of the NFL draft as we, move towards that. They one of the biggest storylines outside of Johnny Football, bigger than one of the greatest, most talented defensive players in the last 10 years in Jadeveon Clowney, was that got drafted in the 7th round. by the St. Louis Rams. You all know who I'm talking about, and that's Michael Sam. Now, Michael Sam, a couple months ago, God bless him, came out and let the world know that he is a gay man, and nothing wrong with that. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he had already let his teammates know. They were comfortable with it. He played well on the field up there in Missouri. But it wasn't that we're really going to focus on. What we're going to focus on is, okay, I'm not even going to say I have a problem with public displays of affection, but I think that ESPN stretched it a little thin by replaying that kiss and that cake smashing over. I mean, you know what, Bucko? Even if I was a gay man, I wouldn't want to see that. It doesn't matter if he was kissing a girl or whatever. I mean, he could have been kissing the dog.
You're damn right.
It was just too much. It was too much.
Too much. It was over the top. Don't sit here and call me a homophobe or someone against this dude, being his way, the way he wants to be. That's fine, man. Do you? That's just fine. But the only time where I feel it's appropriate to be mushing cake and kissing is at a wedding. You do not just get married. No, you just got drafted in the 7th round. You, my friend, are a shot of making a football team. That's it. This is not celebratory where ESPN should be running 13 minutes of footage on you acting like you just got married. Let's be honest with you, man. Let's seriously be honest. As a society, it is taking us time to adapt. It's taking us time to adapt to women's rights. It's taking us time to adapt to racial equality. We still ain't where we need to be on either. Homosexual gay rights is the next movement we're trying to become comfortable with. Okay? I have members of my family and my friends in my circle that I know that are openly gay, that they also felt that's just too damn much. Quit trying to broadcast it. Quit trying to be that aggressive with your message. Go out there and play football. Prove that you are a man that can play football. Not a gay man that can play football, but a man who just so happens to putt from the rough. That's your personal preference. God bless you. God be with you. You're going to have to answer to him, not to me. But don't put it. ESPN needs to show a little bit better tact. Show a little bit better tact in your journalism than to run 13 minutes of off-air footage of that nonsense. That's just terrible.
No doubt. It was disgusting. I watched the NFL Network the whole time. ESPN, I rarely watch it anymore. I mean, you watch one show, you pretty much see them all. It's a washing machine for the same topics over and over again, and they just wore that out, man. Just like they wear everything else out. And that was my big problem with it. What you got, Ted?
Hey, just real quick, I want to give a shout out to my boy Tommy, straight out of Low Cash, Pennsylvania. Yeah. He just hit us up on the Twitter page.
Oh, no doubt. Speaking of shouts out, I see my main man Jay Weave.
Weaver.
The main man,
Weaver.
Flacco.
H-Town representative.
Oh, what's man, he was in the building. He from Beyonce hometown. We're bringing you live. Jay Weave, what's up, brother?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing today?
Yeah. Hey, man, it's love, man. What's going on with you?
Nothing much, man. Just called to talk Miami Heat basketball for a second.
I bet you did.
Yeah, man.
They going for the 3-peat
first.
or what?
Go ahead.
Are they going for the 3-peat or what, Jay Weave?
Oh, yeah. They're on their way, man. First off, major kudos to the Miami Heat tonight for pulling off a win where we really didn't play our best. Starting off 1 of 16 from three-point land in the first half was ridiculous. And for them to put it together and they hit 8 threes in the second half, 9 threes in the second half that was outstanding, man. And not playing best basketball, I will agree with that, but I still think we're the favorites to come out the East. I mean, I think we look well-rounded and well better than the Pacers, or the Wizards.
That's the Pacers.
Hey, Jermaine, to be honest with you, to say that you're better than the Pacers right now, that ain't saying much, homie. You and I have spoken off air about the ridiculousness that is the Indiana Pacers right now. Yeah, you were definitely the class. You were the class of these.
But those are the only two contenders that's left that could challenge us. I mean, that's stopping us from getting to the final. So that's the only reason they're being mentioned. But
let's look past that. Let's get to the Spurs. How are you going to do against the Spurs for the second time? You got that number again, or are you worried about what they're doing over there?
Well, I'm not really worried about what the Spurs are doing because I really feel like they are playing good basketball, but I don't think they're playing as good as they did last year. And I'm gonna say this here about the Spurs: they have a lot of depth on their team, but they don't have all-stars on their team. They have Duncan and they have Tony Parker. Kawhi Leonard is on the cusp, but he's not there yet. They don't have really a big three. And
do they need it?
Yeah, they need it. They need a better they need a better performance than last year. And I'm saying this about the Spurs. I think the next series, whoever they play, which I think it will be OKC, that whoever come out the West, they're gonna be geared up and tired. If the Spurs come out, they're an older team, and if they go 7 games, I don't think they just can withstand a 7-game series in the Western Conference Final and do it again for the finals. I saw the Spurs get fatigued last year, and their game 6 last year in the finals was their game 7.
Yeah, that's all they had.
They laid it all on the line, and they just was game 7. They were deadbeat tired, man. And I saw, and we've seen that over the years with the Spurs, man. I mean, they run out of gas, and their old team. And I'm just calling in to say this here about the Brooklyn Nets. I think we have officially retired Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce.
Oh, Lord, there you go.
Kevin Garnett only played 19 minutes tonight, and if anybody's been tracking his minutes, he's done, man. And I really think this was the last straw for him. What a great career, great competitor, but he's on his way out the league. Him and Paul Pierce.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, look, Jay Weave, man, we got to talk a little football real quick, but we appreciate your thoughts, man, and I hope the Heat do it for you, brother. And
all right, man. Hey, I appreciate the love, man. Y'all have a good day, man.
All right, Jay. We'll holler at you, man.
All right.
No doubt. We'll get with you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, that was Jay Weave there out of H-Town, baby, letting them know real cool, like, the Spurs too old. They don't have no all-stars.
He was too smooth with it.
Not
he was too smooth about it, man.
I love it. He was cool, man. Cool as a cucumber. I love it. But, Bucko, real quick, I mean, you know, we've been dealing with this. You guys, you and AJ, you know, really, you know, were the meat and potatoes of our squad in the public chat during the NFL draft, all the way from round 1 to 7. Yeah. It was very spirited. Shout out to all the fans that participated in that public chat that we had. What was your biggest surprise of the draft?
It's sad to say it. It really is sad to say it. But the biggest surprise of my draft was the fact that so many people really didn't believe in Teddy Bridgewater. And he had to be traded back up into the 32nd pick to be selected. And I think that that's a big move by the Vikings. They're finally going to have a quarterback since Dante Culpepper that can actually play, unlike this Matt Castle, Christian Ponder garbage we've been seeing of late. My only other really surprise while I'm scratching my head, like what the hell are they doing, was the Miami Dolphins taking a third-round graded tackle out of Tennessee at number 19 overall. And I wish the great Mahatma V-Rai was here to debate me on this because he's telling me he's a solid player. No. When every single scouting report of the guy has him third round or later, and you take him at pick 19, you're doing something wrong, guy. You're doing something wrong. And those are the only two really shots. The rest of it, all of those guys that were picked, we anticipated them being picked in the first round. It's just the order in which they were picked was a bit jumbled. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, for me, my first surprise was Blake Bortles, man. I mean, I watched this kid for me. No, I'm just saying for me. That's my surprise.
Oh, for you. Okay, my bad.
I watched this kid, go from relatively unknown status to, nationally known. I mean, the kid went out. He had a great pro day, made every throw that you wanted him to make. He's mobile. He has that win factor, that it factor that you want out of a guy that's coming in that position. And not only does he have that, he has the physical tools. The guy's 6'5", a little over 200 pounds, muscular, and he can make it happen. I think that was a great move for Jacksonville to put some butts in the seats. And Jacksonville had a great draft. Jacksonville is tired of being at the bottom. Shout out to the Jacksonville Jaguars for having an excellent draft, man. The thumbs down, man, I would have to give probably would be the New England Patriots, man. I mean, outside of Jimmy Garoppolo, that was an absolutely awful draft that they had.
Yeah, they drafted basically, if you look at their entire draft, their draft is basically for 2016 and beyond. And that's just weird. They didn't draft one player. Not one. Not even Dominic Easley. Not one player that they draft that I think is ready to start and contribute in 2014. And that defeats the purpose. That defeats the purpose. Yeah, now granted, they got some good players that will develop into good players, I think. Garoppolo, 2 years under Brady and company. He can be a decent pro. Easily, when Wilfork leaves, can be a decent pro. But you got nobody that gives you 2014 contribution. And then that, my friend, is a bad draft. But, yes, back to Jacksonville. They had a hell of a draft. And I know my man Jay Weave doesn't want to hear it as a Texans fan. But they really had a big come-up this offseason in draft in that division. Come next year, they're going to be a team to reckon with. I believe in Blake Bortles.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm very happy for them because, there were so many questions surrounding that team, whether the owner was going to move them to L.A., they have problems selling tickets and things of that nature. I mean, it's a beautiful stadium. I haven't been to that one yet, but, people that have been to it tell me how beautiful it is and overlooking the water and things of that nature up there in North Florida. But they haven't been able to do things since, since my main man, Mark Brunell was the starter. It's been a while. So it's nice to see them finally bouncing back, man. Other news, and if Ted can weigh in on this, the word in the street is that Andre Johnson is frustrated, obviously, with the Houston Texans, and he wants out.
Of course.
Ted, can you speak to the contractual situation of that? Is he able to get out of his contract, or what are we talking here?
Hey, he's got 3 years left on his contract, and I'm sure that, the Texans can get a third or fourth round 2015 pick for him. I mean, he's got 3 years left on his deal, and he's 33 years old.
Oh, third round, fourth round.
Yeah,
for a borderline Hall of Fame player? No, sir. I know he's 30. I know all of that. But he's got some years left in the tank. And look at his position, man. He has given body and soul and blood and sweat to that team and fought with them for the better part of a decade. And he feels quarterback needed to be addressed in that draft. And they go and get Tom Savage, who is the absolute definition of raw. I mean, the absolute definition of project quarterback. He may can amount to something one day. I personally seriously doubt it. But unless they can pull off this trade that's been rumored about Ryan Mallett reaching Houston, whom I don't believe in either, then they have done nothing to address the betterment of the quarterback position. And as a wide receiver, that affects you greatly.
Bucko, he's on the wrong side of 30.
He is.
He's on the wrong side of 30, and the clock is ticking for him. You tell me how many 35, 36-year-old quarterbacks, not named Steve Smith, that are outperforming.
Yeah, wide receiver
that are
for
outperforming.
this case, brother.
Right.
I mean,
the guy's a baller, man. The guy's a baller. He is not done yet, by far. He wants someone to get him that pill. He wants to catch some more balls. He wants to be a Hall of Famer. He wants to be great. And I say, you do what you got to do to make him happy. He's giving you everything he's got. He's giving you his back. He's giving you everything.
There's no loyalty. There's no loyalty in this league.
If you're going to run Case Keenum out there and I'm a wide receiver, I'm pissed too. Damn that. Period.
No, I mean, I feel, I know that, like Ted said, there's no loyalty here in the business, and it's true for the most part. But, I mean, the brass of the Houston Texans should do this guy a solid, man. I mean, come on, man. Let the guy go somewhere where he can play out his remaining years and try to be a factor on a team that has a chance to do something. This is going to be a while. Houston Texans have many holes. Jadeveon Clowney is not the total answer. They got to score points too. And it all revolves around the quarterback, like Big Bucko said. So, do the guy solid, man. Let him out. I know he's got 3 years left, but let him ride. You can get a lot. You can maybe get a couple of picks for this guy, man. So let's see if we can make that happen. In other news, Joe Hayden. We talked a little bit about Richard Sherman's big time contract. Well, Joe Hayden said, "Man, I see your contract and I'll raise you one of my own." Big time deal with the Cleveland Browns. I mean, the guy is the absolute buck-naked truth. Bucko. We're talking about $6.7 million base in 2014. 2 years of franchise tag could be worth $26 million. The man was looking for $30 guarantee. So, Bucko, big money, big paper. So let's just get to the real question. Who's the better cornerback, Richard Sherman or Joe Hayden, Bucko? Let me know, brother.
That's not safe. That's not a fair comparison. Joe Hayden is good in his own right. Joe Hayden is good. Joe Hayden is great. There are 4 corners worth that top billing. Joe Hayden is number 4. But let's keep it real. Let's keep it honest. Right now it's Sherman, Peterson, Revis, and Hayden in that particular order. In that particular order. $45 million guaranteed. Yeah, that's good money. Joe Hayden, congratulations. You are that good. You do deserve it. But no, you're not the best corner in football, and he is not that guy that's going to come here and tell you. He has played the game the right way. You've never heard Joe Hayden's name other than the dude just played awesome. That's it. He's never had to tell you how good he is. He went out there on a terrible team year in, year out, and balled out. God bless him. Congratulations on your money. Patrick Peterson, you will be next.
Oh, you know it. You know it, because that boy is a flat-out, pure, unadulterated beast. So he's the next to get paid and be making the Johnny Football cash money sign. So we'll shout out to Joe Hayden nonetheless. I just messing with Bucko. I was waiting to hear Big Ted. I was waiting to hear Bucko say Aqib Talib in his top 4 corners, man. But
get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here with that.
Yes. Get out of here.
A little running joke there, man.
Mention his name.
Because I know you got this taste for him. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got a blog that's going to come out on the NFL tweaking the drug policy. We talked about a lot of great things tonight. We had a lot of fun. We hope you guys enjoyed the Barbershop Sports Show inside the Barbershop. This 99 Problems Plus 1. We will be back next Wednesday night at 9 p.m. But stay tuned for all hot blogs, upcoming Google Hangouts. You can see that on our Facebook page, our Twitter feed. We'll keep you posted to what Barbershop Sports is doing. We love you guys, man. Jay Weaves, sorry, thanks for the call. F-Bomb, thanks for hanging out in the chat room. Love you guys.
Good.
Peace.
God bless. No feelings. No feelings.
Shout out, baby. Everybody have a great night, and we'll catch you next week.
Peace.
Free the hard way.
It's the Hollywood Rockin' Wrap-Up with your host, Jason Hadley. As the first openly gay player in the NFL, Oprah Winfrey announced her network will be giving Michael Sam his own reality show. Standing 6'2" and weighing in at 261 pounds, too bad there's already a reality show called Big Brother. Lamar Odom was denied entry to an LA dance club while ex-wife Khloe Kardashian was partying inside. Of course, currently battling cocaine addiction, security knows the only reason Lamar tries to schmooze his way into dance clubs is for the freebase. The latest Michael Jackson accuser claims MJ tried keeping him out of school so he'd be more available to join the singer on tour, going for a cash grab years after his death. If he'd spent more time studying math, he wouldn't need to count on Michael Jackson's fingers to make him rich. Sons of Anarchy's Katie Seagal will be joining the cast of Pitch Perfect 2. For listeners that remember Katie Seagal as the nagging wife from Married with Children, that's Pitch Perfect with a P. And that's the Hollywood Rockin' Wrap-Up. Follow us on Twitter at Rockin' Wrap-Up.